Bonjour, je m'appelle Marianne et je suis française. J'ai grandi en France, mais maintenant ça fait 20 ans que je suis aux États-Unis. Je pense que la cuisine française est aussi bonne et aussi variée parce que la France a été peuplée de longue date. Enfin, il y avait des villes comme Nîmes, Arles, Lyon, c'est des villes qui existent depuis Rome. Et ensuite, à cause de la situation géographique, en fait, c'est vraiment à la croisée de plein de chemins, où il y a l'Atlantique, donc avec des produits qui viennent de l'Atlantique, il y a la Méditerranée, il y a la montagne avec les Alpes, il y a le milieu de la France, d'ailleurs là où on mange le mieux c'est Lyon, à cause du Rhône, qui est à côté des montagnes, qui est dans la plaine avec le vin, avec la rivière du Rhône qui permet de faire remonter tous les produits du Midi jusqu'à Lyon. Donc c'est vraiment une situation géographique et une histoire.
So this here is potato gratin or gratin dauphinois, which comes from the Alps, Alpine city of Dauphine, which is just in the top part of this province of France. It's basically just casserole, sliced potatoes and milk, which is very French, just a potato casserole essentially.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Enrique, and I'll be sharing with you about the region of Burgundy in France, which is located in East Central France. Burgundy is famous for the production of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay grapes. Burgundy is also known for producing some of the most expensive wines in the world. Burgundian cuisine is also heavily influenced by the production of wine. This is escargot or escargot bourguignon, an example of how French cuisine takes many different ingredients and uses simple herbs to make them taste good. Escargot has now become an omnipresent French classic, though outside of Burgundy, it's mostly just eaten in restaurants. In the Bay Area, it's really hard to get, so your best shot is to buy them pre-made.
Le goût français. Alors, en fait, c'est tout en subtilité. Et on n'est pas beaucoup dans tout ce qui est épices très très fort. On n'utilise pas forcément beaucoup les épices, en fait, c'est beaucoup de sauces qui cuisent longtemps. Bon, c'est beaucoup à base de vin, de beurre, de crème, et c'est assez subtil.
The region I've chosen is Bordeaux, which is the fifth largest port city of France that is located in southwestern France. Even though it is like 300 miles away further down from Paris, it has more cultural activities and sites that you can 18th century boulevards. It is also known for its wine-related activities, and you might have not known this, but it's a home for the 18th and 19th century architectural buildings. A lot of cities in France, it has a lot of wine farms. A lot of known wines that you can find, like the Bordeaux red wine, which is from obviously Bordeaux. We'll start with Les Aligots d'Angrier. We'll start by adding some onions and then some garlic, then some chopped up parsley, 3 spoons of olive oil, a tablespoon of vinegar, half teaspoon of dried oregano and thyme. We'll add a tablespoon of paprika, teaspoon of ground cumin, some salt bay action. Add crushed black pepper, blending them for about 2 minutes. And we're gonna put that on both sides of the meat. For that, we're gonna leave it in the fridge for about an hour. We're going to cook the meat for about 5 minutes, but if you want it well done, you can do it more than that. Voilà, les aligots d'Angrier.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Zapa et je vais me préparer Lorraine quiche aujourd'hui. And Lorraine quiche is named after the Lorraine region of France. And originally it was open pie with eggs, cream, and lardon. There are different types of quiche, and some of them are like quiche au fromage, a quiche of champignon, which is with mushrooms, And I'm gonna prepare today quiche with spinach and onions.
Bonjour class. Today I will be making two dishes from the Basque region of France, which is where my family is from, and we will make one lamb stew from this book, and it's essentially just onions, red peppers, cognac, and lamb, obviously. Lamb is just a staple meat to any Basque family. There's so many sheep in the Basque country, so that's mainly the food groups. Everything's simple, everything's easy and ready to be made in the mountains. You're gonna blend the onions, peppers, and sauces together and stew the meat in that until it's tender, and it's so delicious.
Is poppy stew, which is a very emblematic Provençal soup, which is essentially made with basically every vegetable you could find in like a Niçoise garden. It's really good in the fall and the spring, from like May to October, because you basically just use every vegetable you can find, including cranberry beans or botole, which is very Italian because of province's proximity to Italy, and the pesto, which is more of a paste than it is a pesto sauce, and add more oil, but basically just serve like a bowl like this, right there.
Here, we have beef bourguignon, or French for burgundy beef, which is a kind of beef stew cooked in its own fat and red wine with vegetable. It's very emblematic of the Burgundy region. There are different variations to this dish. Some people use different meats or vegetables, and it doesn't really matter as long as there's wine in it. The cooking process can take a little while, but I promise you, the wait is worth it.
Alors, il y a des choses qui me manquent ici, alors en particulier les fromages, ça c'est clair. Même si on trouve quelques fromages, on trouve vraiment pas tout, du fait qu'en fait ils peuvent pas être importés parce qu'ils sont pas pasteurisés. Au niveau de la charcuterie aussi, il y a plein de spécialités françaises qu'on va pas trouver ici, comme l'andouillette, la saucisse de morteau, les rillettes, etc. Donc ça me manque énormément. Et ensuite les pâtisseries, parce que les pâtisseries en France c'est quelque chose d'incroyable, quoi. Le petit pâtissier du coin, il fait des merveilles. Et ici, en fait, on retrouve pas ça.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Tupa and I'm going to be preparing French madeleines today. Madeleine is a traditional small cake from Commerce-Lorraine, and they're internationally well-known pastries. And I'm going to be making madeleines now. So to make madeleines, we will need eggs, flour, and a little bit of salt, sugar, and melted butter, and vanilla extract. Now I'm gonna try one. Oh my god, this is so delicious. It's so good.
The next thing I will be making is from this book. It's dessert. It's an apple mint crisp. Also super simple. You just make a crumble with sugar, whole wheat flour, and eggs, and you combine cinnamon, mint, and apples. These dishes are important to the Basque region because they love to use a lot of aromatic spices like you see with the mint and the apple crisp, and make a really nice easy dessert. Top it with whipped cream. It's delicious.
Bonjour tout le monde. I will show you how to make cannelé de Bordeaux. 1 bowl of all-purpose flour, a little bit of vanilla extract, 4 egg yolks, 1 of sugar, Some Salt Bay action. That pan, we're gonna melt 2 pieces of butter, milk to that butter, and we're gonna bring it to simmer on a medium-high heat. As the mixture starts to simmer, we're gonna put it on the mixture of our flour, egg, and start whisking. We're not gonna stop whisking until the mixture is smooth and thin. We're gonna put butter on a preheated. Then we'll put in a beeswax and start stirring until they're mixed together. Press that on the muffin cups. Put it in a 450 degrees oven and cook that about for 10 minutes. Reduce the heat for about 375 degrees and let that bake there for about 55 minutes. Well, those were the 2 foods I was interested in picking, and as always, if you'd like to try them by yourself, you can, and tell me how they went. Until then, salut!
Alors la plus grande misconception de la cuisine française, c'est que la cuisine française c'est chichi. Pas du tout. Traditionnellement, c'est pas du tout chichi, quoi. Mais c'est vrai que je pense que les Américains se réfèrent à des restaurants 3 étoiles très chers qui font effectivement de la cuisine chichi. Mais normalement, c'est pas ce que les Français mangent, quoi.